You will not believe what just dropped in the world of hip-hop chaos. 50 Cent, yes, the same guy who turned shade-throwing into an art form, just unleashed a bombshell that's shaking the internet to its core. Are you sitting down? Because this isn't just another celebrity feud. No. This is the kind of exposure that makes tabloids sweat and lawyers panic. Picture this: leaked footage, top-secret encounters, and a revelation that could rewrite the narrative of an entire music empire. And at the center of this storm, none other than King Harris, whose reputation was already walking on thin ice, now dangling over the fiery pits of viral humiliation. But wait, there's more. Diddy, the mogul, the icon, the guy whose every move is scrutinized like a Wall Street deal, is somehow tangled in this mess too. Footage, sources, whispers, everything points to a shocking collaboration that no one saw coming. Could this be the end of King Harris's carefully curated public image? Or is 50 Cent simply playing chess on a board where everyone else is stuck playing checkers? Buckle up, because we're diving deep, and trust me, you don't want to blink, because the truth behind this scandal is hotter than a Grammy after-party gone wrong. If you thought the world of hip-hop drama had peaked with a few diss tracks and viral tweets, think again. Because 50 Cent has just taken things to a level so next tier, so utterly chaotic, and that even the most seasoned gossip blogs are scrambling to keep up. And at the very center of this spectacle is King Harris, a man whose swagger once suggested he could walk through fire unscathed, now seemingly caught in a storm he didn't see coming. This isn't just about a feud anymore. This is a full-blown exposé, a cinematic unraveling of image, power, and secrets, all wrapped in a package that screams scandal louder than a stadium full of screaming fans. 50 Cent, he, with the precision of a surgeon and the flair of a showman, didn't just throw shade, he delivered a full-blown revelation that has tongues wagging from coast to coast. Leaked footage, yes, you heard that right, leaked footage that allegedly shows Diddy, the mogul who has built an empire on charisma and connections, involved in ways that raise eyebrows, questions, and maybe even a few lawsuits down the line. And King Harris? Well, let's just say this footage makes his carefully curated persona look about as stable as a house of cards in a hurricane. The background here is essential because you can't just drop a bombshell and expect the audience to understand the magnitude without context. King Harris hasn't exactly been a stranger to controversy. From prior rumors of backstage feuds to alleged financial mismanagement in his ventures, his history is a tapestry of questionable choices that somehow made him feel untouchable. And then there's 50 Cent, the guy who has perfected the art of timing, knowing exactly when to push buttons, which tweets to release, and how to make a spectacle out of something that, in lesser hands, would barely make a ripple. This isn't just clout chasing. It's strategy, showmanship, and a subtle reminder that in the world of entertainment, being untouchable is often just a perception, not reality. By dropping hints of this leaked footage, 50 Cent has orchestrated a public spectacle so meticulously calculated, it's like watching a masterclass in modern-day celebrity warfare. Sources, yes, the kind you can't verify but love to speculate about, have started whispering about the contents of the footage. Allegedly, it captures moments so private, so unguarded, that it redefines the word exposure. Imagine luxurious boardrooms, high-profile events, and candid encounters that no one outside the inner circle was meant to see. There are claims of whispered conversations that paint King Harris in ways that contradict the polished, Instagram-ready image he's sold to fans for years. And Diddy's involvement? Let's just say that the leaks hint at a collusion, or at least a crossover of worlds, mixing mogul energy with up-and-coming influencer power in ways that have the public gasping. It's not just a scandal. It's a multi-layered spectacle that combines wealth, influence, and secrecy. And 50 Cent, of course, is sitting back, watching the dominoes fall with a grin. Public reaction has been, unsurprisingly, explosive. Social media is ablaze with speculation, memes, and outrage. Fans are divided, some questioning whether King Harris ever truly had control of his empire, while others are pointing fingers at Diddy, wondering how a figure so iconic could even be implicated in such murky waters. Anonymous insiders are quoted in every corner of the internet, describing supposed lavish spending, elite parties, and decision-making that borders on reckless. One source, speaking under the condition of total anonymity, allegedly described the scene as like watching a billionaire's game of chess, but every piece is a scandal waiting to happen. And the wildest part? Despite all this, 50 Cent's approach is almost playful, teasing the footage, dropping hints, and making the audience feel like they're part of a private investigation that just got accidentally leaked to the public. Meanwhile, King Harris is reportedly scrambling behind the scenes. Attempts to contain the fallout, control the narrative, and reassure stakeholders are said to be frantic, bordering on chaotic. Rumors of closed-door meetings, emergency legal consultations, and attempts to spin the story before it fully explodes are everywhere, though nothing has stuck, partly because the footage, allegedly authentic and already circulating in private circles, has created a credibility problem that even the sharpest PR teams struggled to navigate. The juxtaposition is almost poetic. The man who once exuded dominance and untouchability now finds himself at the mercy of public perception, while 50 Cent, the ever-watchful provocateur, turns every moment of confusion into a spectacle that benefits him, whether through viral attention, social media engagement, or sheer narrative control. And then there's the psychological element, which cannot be understated. The idea that a single person armed with timing, strategy, and a carefully curated social media presence can dismantle an image so quickly is both terrifying and fascinating. 50 Cent has not just exposed potential wrongdoing or embarrassing behavior, he has reminded the world that reputation is fragile, influence is temporary, and in the age of leaked content, nothing is ever truly private. The stakes are enormous. Careers hang in the balance. Fan bases are being tested, and the entertainment world is watching, popcorn in hand, as the drama unfolds like a blockbuster movie, but with real-life consequences. Now, let's not forget the sheer audacity of this move. Leaked footage involving someone like Diddy is no small thing. The man has built an empire on discretion, networks, and calculated moves. For 50 Cent to suggest or reveal that there's proof implicating Diddy in this swirling mess is not just a feud. It's a power play, a statement, and a spectacle wrapped in one explosive moment. The implications ripple beyond just social media chatter. They touch brand deals, partnerships, and even the subtle hierarchies of influence that define the music industry. Fans aren't just entertained. They're witnessing a subtle restructuring of celebrity politics, where timing, leaks, and public perception can overturn years of image management in a single viral moment. And let's be real. The drama isn't just in what was allegedly filmed. It's in how 50 Cent delivered the news. With every post, tweet, and cryptic comment, he's rewritten the rules of engagement. He didn't need to confront King Harris directly or stage an elaborate public fight. No, he simply let the whispers, the alleged footage, and the subtle hints do the work, creating a storm of curiosity, outrage, and speculation that no PR campaign could ever match. It's genius, theatrical, and ruthless, all at the same time. At this point, the narrative is practically writing itself. Every fan theory, every conspiracy theory, every late-night Twitter thread feeds into the growing spectacle. And the more people speculate, the more the legend of 50 Cent as the ultimate orchestrator of chaos grows, while King Harris's public persona teeters on the edge of irrelevance, at least until he can regain control, or perhaps forever. In this world, timing isn't just everything. It's the weapon. And if the rumors are to be believed, 50 Cent has timed this perfectly, dropping a scandal with enough intrigue, suspense, and star power to dominate headlines, hashtags, and group chats worldwide. To sum up this first wave of chaos, let's just say the stage is set. King Harris, previously untouchable in the eyes of some fans, is facing scrutiny, speculation, and what could be the most public humiliation of his career. Diddy, whose involvement adds both gravity and intrigue, is suddenly implicated in ways that make the public lean in, hungry for every detail. And 50 Cent? He's the puppeteer, pulling strings, dropping hints, and letting the storm build, knowing full well that in the world of viral fame and social media spectacle, chaos is currency, and he's the richest player in the game. As the dust began to settle from the initial shockwave, the story only got messier. Because here's the thing about celebrity chaos. Once a leak hits, the rumor mill spins faster than a DJ at a Grammy after-party. And in this case, the alleged footage of King Harris and Diddy has sparked what can only be described as a feeding frenzy. Eyewitnesses, or as close to eyewitnesses as you can get in this world of whispers and anonymous sources, claim to have seen glimpses of the scenes that have everyone talking. From luxury yachts docked in private harbors to glassy boardrooms where decisions that could make or break empires were allegedly made, the footage supposedly paints a picture that's both intoxicating and devastating. One insider, speaking from the shadows with a voice trembling with excitement, reportedly said, "You think you know someone. Then you see them like this, and suddenly everything you believed about them is upside down." And yes, the public ate it up, devouring every claim, every leak, every hint that 50 Cent dropped like it was front-page news. The so-called scandal isn't just about what was filmed. It's about what it implies. Sources are suggesting King Harris was not exactly the king of discretion. Allegations of reckless spending on private jets, luxury cars, and parties that looked more like scenes from a Hollywood blockbuster than anything remotely businesslike are now circulating online. Add Diddy into the mix, a man whose empire has always been shrouded in secrecy, and you have the perfect storm. The footage, allegedly, shows strategic discussions that don't just expose poor judgment. They hint at manipulations, backroom deals, and an understanding of the industry that's far less honorable than fans were led to believe. It's a world where money, influence, and personal gain blur the line between genius and scandal, and now King Harris is smack in the middle of it, trying and failing to control the narrative. The public response has been predictably chaotic. Twitter threads exploded overnight. Memes went viral in minutes, and even late-night hosts couldn't resist weighing in on what has been described as the leak of the century. Social media reactions ranged from outrage to amusement. One user allegedly posted, "King Harris thought he was untouchable? 50 just taught him humility with style." Another sarcastically added, "Diddy involved? Someone call the history books, they're going to need a new chapter." Fans, critics, and casual observers alike are now debating everything from the authenticity of the footage to the possible motives behind 50 Cent's leak. Anonymous sources hint that the footage doesn't just capture private moments, it allegedly documents conversations about alliances, rivalries, and even strategic attempts to influence public perception. If true, this isn't just drama. It's a blueprint of power plays in the modern music industry, and 50 Cent is holding the clipboard. Then there's the lavishness angle, which the alleged insiders love to emphasize. According to sources who prefer to remain unnamed, King Harris was reportedly living a life so opulent it made Versailles look modest. Custom suits that reportedly cost more than a luxury car, watches with faces so intricate they could double as telescopes, and private events that allegedly featured everything from celebrity impersonators to exotic animals. These are the kinds of stories that make gossip columnists drool. And Diddy, of course, adds another layer to the narrative. His presence in the footage reportedly shows a calculated charm, a subtle influence, and an aura of untouchability that contrasts sharply with King Harris's increasingly exposed vulnerabilities. Allegedly, Diddy's demeanor is calm, collected, almost untouchable. while King Harris appears flustered, aware but unable to control what's unraveling. The juxtaposition, if the rumors are to be believed, couldn't be more dramatic. Of course, no scandal is complete without dramatic quotes, and the internet has delivered. "I can't believe this is real," one anonymous insider allegedly whispered. "It's like watching someone's entire persona crumble in front of a live audience, and no one even has a script." Another added, 50 Cent is the puppet master here, and he doesn't just expose, he entertains, manipulates, and ensures everyone else's chaos feeds his own narrative." And then there are the hypothetical fan reactions, which have become almost as entertaining as the scandal itself. Debates over who is more culpable, who handled the crisis better, and whether this could permanently damage King Harris's career. The online frenzy has created a perfect storm of curiosity, outrage, and speculation, ensuring that even those who don't usually follow hip-hop drama are now clicking, commenting, and sharing like mad. Amid all this, the legal implications allegedly simmer beneath the surface. While nothing official has been confirmed, speculative sources suggest that King Harris could face lawsuits ranging from breach of confidentiality to alleged contract violations with collaborators. And if Diddy's involvement is real, even partially, there could be corporate probes and investigations into business dealings previously thought untouchable. The mere possibility of legal fallout has made the story irresistible to audiences hungry for drama, and the leaked footage, authentic or not, serves as a catalyst, amplifying the tension to a level that almost feels cinematic. Some speculate that executives behind the scenes are quietly panicking, fearing that the public exposure could jeopardize deals, sponsorships, and partnerships that were years in the making. Let's not ignore the psychological layer either. Seeing King Harris in allegedly compromising situations, flustered or cornered while Diddy maintains composure, creates a narrative of contrast that fuels audience fascination. This isn't just about money or power, it's about perception, image, and the collapse of what people believed to be untouchable. In the court of public opinion, 50 Cent has set himself up as judge, jury, and, if we're being honest, the entertainment value. Every snippet of information, every leak, every cryptic post fuels the story, ensuring that people are hooked, talking, and sharing. The tension builds not because the scandal is simple, but because it's layered, messy, and deliciously dramatic. Speculative sources have even hinted at backstage fallout. Allegedly, there have been whispered resignations, last-minute cancellations, and frantic calls to legal teams trying to manage the damage. Even those not directly involved reportedly feel the ripple effects. Imagine sitting in a room with a celebrity empire suddenly being questioned in the court of public opinion, knowing that every move could be broadcast, misinterpreted, or memed within minutes. The sheer chaos allegedly surrounding the leak of this footage has created a dynamic where strategy, luck, and timing intersect in ways that could make or break careers overnight. And 50 Cent? He's reportedly reveling in it. He watching as public speculation spins in circles, ensuring that the drama stays alive and viral. And here's the kicker. While the public scrambles to make sense of it all, insiders suggest there's more to come. More footage, more leaks, and potentially more revelations that could elevate the scandal from mere entertainment to a defining moment in modern celebrity culture. If the whispers are accurate, and what we've seen so far is just the tip of the iceberg, a carefully orchestrated hint at deeper layers of intrigue, manipulation, and exposure. Every viral post, every meme, every tweet serves as a breadcrumb, leading the audience further down a rabbit hole of scandal that is, by design, irresistible. To sum up this second wave of chaos, the leaked footage has amplified the controversy to unprecedented levels. Alleged insider reports, dramatic public reactions, and speculative legal implications have combined to create a spectacle that is part scandal, part theater, and entirely viral. King Harris, once seen as untouchable, is now navigating a landscape fraught with uncertainty, scrutiny, and public mockery. Diddy's reported involvement adds credibility and complexity, ensuring the story stays relevant, explosive, and widely discussed. And 50 Cent? As always, he's the maestro, controlling the narrative with subtlety, timing, and a flair for drama that only he can pull off. As the frenzy reaches its peak, the fallout begins to take shape in ways that no one could have fully predicted. King Harris, once thought untouchable, is reportedly feeling the weight of the storm like a heavyweight boxer mid-round. Allegedly, meetings that were meant to project control now feel like damage control exercises gone wrong. PR teams are said to be scrambling, drafting statements that might as well be riddles for fans to decipher, trying desperately to salvage an image that 50 Cent has systematically dismantled with a few well-timed posts and tantalizing hints of leaked footage. The narrative is clear. King Harris is no longer the puppet master of his own story. In fact, if the rumors circulating online are to be believed, he's become a character in a drama he never signed up for, and the audience, viral fans, influencers, and critics alike, are watching every move with bated breath. And then there's Diddy, whose alleged involvement adds layers of complexity that could make even the most seasoned entertainment lawyers sweat. If the footage is authentic, insiders hint at scenarios that suggest business deals, private discussions, and moments of influence that, when leaked, could create a PR nightmare. The sheer thought of Diddy, a man who built an empire on discretion and strategy, being implicated in what looks like a scandalous collaboration with King Harris, has the industry whispering. The combination of wealth, influence, and exposure makes this story a textbook example of how high stakes, secrecy, and timing can collide in ways that are explosive, unpredictable, and endlessly fascinating to the public. Fans have taken to social media with a mix of outrage and glee. Memes portraying King Harris in compromising or awkward scenarios are circulating faster than anyone could track. One viral post allegedly reads, "King Harris thought he was untouchable. 50 just turned him into a cautionary tale." Another quips, "Diddy involved? Someone call the historians. We need a new chapter in celebrity drama." Discussions range from the authenticity of the leaked footage to speculations about the motivations behind 50 Cent's timing. Anonymous sources hint at lavish spending, secret alliances, and strategic manipulations that blur the line between genius and scandal. It's no wonder the story has gone viral. Every twist, every alleged revelation, and every sarcastic quip from 50 Cent adds fuel to a fire that refuses to die down. Legally, the implications are even more intriguing. While nothing has been confirmed, speculative sources suggest that King Harris could face inquiries or lawsuits related to breaches of confidentiality, mismanagement, and possible contractual violations with collaborators. And if Diddy's alleged involvement is verified, even in part, the ripple effects could stretch into corporate probes, brand investigations, and partnerships that were previously thought unassailable. The public, naturally, is obsessing over every hypothetical scenario, and the leaked footage serves as the linchpin of speculation. The uncertainty surrounding potential legal actions adds tension, drama, and that irresistible sense of what happens next that keeps audiences glued to their screens. The alleged backstage fallout has reportedly been as dramatic as the footage itself. Sources claim there have been secret meetings, emergency calls, and attempts to control the narrative that only made things more chaotic. Executives and insiders, according to whispers, are panicking as they realize that no spin could contain a scandal so public, so sensational, and so perfectly orchestrated by someone who knows exactly how to manipulate the court of public opinion. 50 Cent, ever the tactician, appears to be playing the long game, dropping crumbs of information that keep fans guessing, commentators talking, and King Harris trapped in a vortex of scrutiny that seems to tighten with every viral post. The psychological impact on King Harris cannot be overstated. Reports, alleged but widely circulated, suggest he is visibly flustered, struggling to maintain composure while 50 Cent's narrative dominates the conversation. Fans are reportedly dissecting body language, comparing public appearances before and after the leaks, and speculating on how this exposure will affect his personal brand. The juxtaposition between King Harris's alleged panic and Diddy's calculated calm, if true, has created a narrative contrast that keeps audiences riveted. One supposed insider described it as watching a king slowly lose his crown, while another titan just smiles and watches the chaos unfold. Meanwhile, 50 Cent's strategy continues to captivate. By not showing all the cards at once, by teasing and hinting at additional footage, he has transformed what could have been a short-lived scandal into a multi-phase spectacle. Every cryptic post, every retweet, every sly comment keeps fans speculating, ensuring the story remains alive, viral, and endlessly shareable. In a world where attention spans are short and content cycles faster than ever, this level of control over audience engagement is nothing short of masterful. He's not just exposing drama, he's curating it, directing it, and ensuring that the story dominates the cultural conversation for as long as possible. And let's talk about the industry implications. If these leaks are true, they don't just affect King Harris and Diddy, they ripple out to collaborators, partners, and competitors. Brand deals could be renegotiated, sponsorships could be reconsidered, and alliances could shift. The mere suggestion of financial mismanagement, reckless spending, or improper dealings has already caused murmurs among industry insiders, creating a tense environment where every move is scrutinized. The stakes are high, and the fallout, if it continues to escalate, could redefine power dynamics in the music and entertainment world. But the most fascinating part? The story isn't over. Allegedly, more footage exists, more leaks could surface, and 50 Cent has reportedly hinted at additional revelations waiting in the wings. The public, now invested, is hungry for every snippet, every detail, and every twist. Fans, influencers, and commentators are crafting theories, speculating motives and predicting outcomes, turning what might have been a simple feud into a multi-layered narrative that's impossible to ignore. 50 Cent has turned curiosity, chaos, and scandal into a performance art form, with King Harris as the central character in a drama that the world is obsessed with. As the scandal grows, potential consequences mount, and sources allege that high-level executives are quietly reviewing contracts, considering internal investigations, and preparing contingency plans. The idea that a single leak, whether fully authentic or partly staged, can cause such disruption is a testament to the power of perception in today's entertainment landscape. And in the eye of this storm stands 50 Cent, orchestrating reactions, stirring speculation, and ensuring that the spotlight remains firmly on his terms. Fans are not just consuming drama, they're participating in it, amplifying every twist, and keeping the story alive across platforms, conversations, and viral feeds. Ultimately, what we're witnessing is more than a scandal. It's a masterclass in influence, timing, and the manipulation of public perception. King Harris's image, already under scrutiny, is now being dissected, debated, and satirized at levels that few celebrities ever face. Diddy's reported involvement adds complexity, raising questions about alliances, influence, and accountability in ways that captivate audiences. And 50 Cent? He's the maestro, the orchestrator, and the ultimate provocateur, ensuring that the chaos continues, the narrative dominates, and the world remains hooked, hanging on every post, every hint, and every alleged leak. The stakes could not be higher, the drama could not be more intense, and the curiosity could not be more irresistible. Fans are now watching not just a scandal unfold, but a cultural event in real time, with implications that stretch from personal reputations to industry dynamics, legal considerations, and viral attention spans. Every new rumor, every snippet, and every social media reaction adds fuel to a fire that shows no signs of dying down. King Harris, caught in the web, is facing perhaps the most public challenge of his life, while 50 Cent continues to manipulate, orchestrate, and entertain with the precision of a seasoned provocateur. So, what do you think is really going on behind the scenes? Was King Harris just unlucky? Or has 50 Cent been quietly playing chess while everyone else was stuck playing checkers? And Diddy? What's his real role in all of this? Are these leaks the tip of the iceberg? Or is there even more explosive footage waiting to drop that could rewrite everything we thought we knew? One thing's for sure. This story isn't over, and the ripple effects are only going to get bigger. The questions are endless. Like the drama is real, or at least it feels that way. And the internet is already buzzing with theories, reactions, and hot takes that will keep this scandal alive for weeks, if not months. If you want to stay ahead of the chaos, if you want to see every twist, every shocking revelation, and every juicy detail as it happens, make sure you hit that like button, drop your comments below, and subscribe right now. Join the conversation, because missing out is not an option when 50 Cent, King Harris, and Diddy are rewriting the rules of celebrity drama in real time. Trust me, you don't want to blink, because the next bombshell could drop any second, and when it does, you'll want to be front and center.